welcome to Sponsored by Nobody, episode... No, that's wrong. I got that out of order. Just gonna restart there.
It's all written down.
Yeah, but I wasn't looking at it. I was going off memory because I'm a fool.
You fool.
Exactly. All right. Welcome to Sponsored by Nobody. This week brought to you by Bailey's. You might find it in a shoe, especially in the apocalypse. It is July 2021 still, and you're listening to The Tallest Heights, episode 6. Let's Archipelago Get. In this episode, we'll be using the homebrew version of the Wildsea world setting and its system. I'm Austin, playing the Firefly this time, and we have...
Bev, playing Willow every time.
I'm Dylan, and I'm playing Net.
Ian, playing Rocky.
And I'm Jonathan, and I'll be playing Ben forever in all of our episodes.
Wait, what?
I will never not be him.
This is the new main campaign.
Goodbye, Gomez.
Sorry, I was going to say, talking about Gomez and the other campaign, I was thinking the other day, we've been having long discussions, and this is a sneak preview for listeners, but we've been having long discussions about what season 2 is going to look like, whether it's going to be the full-on battle season or whether it's going to be searching for allies. And I think if it's searching for allies, which is what I believe most of us are leaning towards.
Whatever happened to just a series of beach episodes?
I mean, Isn't that how you get allies, is beach episodes?
We have to find the beach.
And don't forget, like, the one festival episode.
Yeah. That's how you find friends, right? Like, if anime's taught me one thing, that's how you make friends.
I need a cute little kimono.
Yep.
Senpai will notice us.
Exactly. But I was thinking, if we do another, 18-ish episodes, I think we'll have, instead of 4 or 5 guest stars, I think we'll do 10 or 12 guest stars, because the way that the episodes would be set up would be every episode you'd be getting a guest star to either join your crew or be against your crew kind of thing. Or not your crew personally, but your mission, So you'd be going to different towns, and each guest star would be an important figure in that area or something. I don't know. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, so we're either running into the main villains that we're going to have to fight in the giant super pirate end battle, or we're meeting, obviously, maybe you don't know. Maybe they could go either way.
Yeah. I mean? Yeah, exactly. They either become villains or allies for the final battle, but it just gives us a breadth of named NPCs and stuff, and cool callbacks and whatnot. I don't know. I think that'd be kind of neat, and it gives us a lot of guest star potential, which is always fun.
I feel bad for our listeners because they're like, "All right, let's go," and we're like, nah, "Anyway, hang on, let's talk about the other season.
Let's talk about our plannings."
I mean, we side note a lot in most of our games. I'd say Wildsea is probably our most on-track game for discussions.
Part of the charm, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to disagree with you. I don't have
extreme.
This is pertinent information, right? Compared to most of the things that we decide about, this is spending our time well. They're probably proud of us.
Care about.
That's true. Yeah.
Yes.
Be proud of us, listeners. We did our best.
We need someone to be.
You tried.
Ouch.
Oh, boy.
I'm proud of you, Bev.
If you sign up for a Patreon, I can finally get the hug from my mother I've always wanted.
Oh, no. She said it'd be only at $1 million.
Oh, I wish I had money.
But then
I thought you were going to say, I wish I had love.
No.
You're a mother.
You can't eat love.
And it all comes back to poutine.
You can, in fact, eat love.
You can't. It makes your heart burst.
But on that note, on the note of bursting,
yes.
Last episode ended with a very black, sticky bang. How else did you end up doing things?
I can't follow that up. Give me a second.
I need to get off this bus.
I want to get out of this boat.
I need an adult.
I am an adult.
Oh boy.
A different adult.
A more adult.
Mine's defective.
We camped out and rebuilt the boat, or fixed the boat, repaired the boat. That's the word I was looking for.
English words.
And then there was a big ooze goose that popped, and spores went everywhere, and we just made it out of the bay in time. And we were deciding whether we were going to go island hopping the safe way or take the fast and dangerous route.
With the sun behind you and a huge, like, black haze covering the land where you came from before.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did we decide which way we went? Oh, right. I think I just said I wanted to do things safe, and you guys all voted against me.
You
Did
said
we?
what?
It's possible. I fully believe we all were dangerous and reckless, but I don't remember, to be honest.
Yeah.
That is what I have here on my notes.
Is dangerous and reckless?
Yeah, you decided to take the fast trip across the channel. It's going to take 3 days instead of 10.
I mean, we had supplies.
Can we, like, down the middle and say 6 days?
There's a lot of open. Oh, it's a very distinctive route depending which one you take.
Yeah.
If you take the island hopping one, it'll take longer, but it's hypothetically safer and
Which
more
one
opportunity to find supplies.
Which one has a cooler adventure that you wrote up? I vote that one.
You underestimate how much I write, friend.
Yeah, I was going to say, he didn't write anything after all the stuff we put him through.
So, like, friend, I have a friend of mine who's an absolute savage of a DM running a Ravenloft. She's doing Curse of Strahd. And every time she's telling me about it, I'm like, man, if you ever invite me to your group, it's just going to be me being like, how could things get any worse? I'm glad that's over. She's like, oh my god, you wouldn't survive. And I'm like, I know. Isn't it great? So yes, I'm on board.
Gonna add 2 ticks to the secret track here.
Yeah, do it. I want to know what happens at the end.
He's like, kill me! Kill me!
How do I get the secret
I'm a child! Murder me!
He's just the Joker with the gun in front of the truck. Yeah, I want you to do it. I want you to do it.
Just Zuko on the cliff yelling at the lightning.
Hit me, baby, one more time.
You've never held back before.
I need to learn. I need to grind this out.
Yep.
Yeah, so you're gonna. So what are you guys gonna do?
Turn down the boat.
Fast way.
We're gonna sail the boat. We're gonna
start that
keep the
boat.
engines running.
A boating.
We're gonna make sure that the village is cleared.
I'm on a boat. You know? Yeah. Don't know the rest of that song.
At least you know it's a song.
I know that you have a nautical themed patch on your Afghan.
There you go.
And some flippy floppies.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so you're going to take the fast route. So they're going to be 3 days, normal travel things. You'll have 3 actions per day to travel with.
Okay.
So classic rules, if you want to bring up the book for journeys. We're going to have someone driving. We're going to have someone keeping watch. We're going to have another couple people doing things to help out.
Cool.
Awesome.
And then at the end of each day, I want one of you, I don't care which, to give me a random beastie or plant.
Okay.
We're back to normal.
Oh my gosh.
Rocky, I believe, was at the helm last we talked, so I'm going to stay at the helm.
Okay. Seas are calm. Sun is just rising behind you. You've had an eventful night driving as far as you could away from that black haze behind you. But after a couple hours, you guys just kind of couldn't maintain anymore, and you just threw out the anchor and rested until the morning.
Nice.
You asked for a beastie?
I did.
I got one.
Okay.
So like a moray eel, but its body is like like it's got longer fins on it, like almost like a frill that runs down it, and it's super duper long instead of stubby, right? And then it's got like rainbow bioluminescence that runs down its length.
Ooh.
And they come in large packs. And eventually they'll become leviathans in the later world, but not in this one.
Okay, so we're going to call those the Moraboros.
Okay.
Good stuff. All right. So you guys are relatively prepared, I think, with provisions after that last excursion to that 7-Eleven that was untouched.
Whee!
Although you didn't get any fruits or veggies.
I got some sandwiches that probably have a single piece of lettuce and a really mayonnaise-y tomato in there.
Well, like, I think you said that the fruits and veggies were definitely...
Oh, yeah, you said they were all taken by the rabbits.
That's correct.
And like, also might just not have been good anymore.
Also the rabbits.
Yeah. Mostly the rabbits.
Rabbits still should not have thumbs. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yes, because that's the weirdest thing about the rabbits.
Yeah.
They gave me a thumbs up, Austin. It's terrifying.
As far as you can tell, they've been following you as well. Or they're everywhere.
I was thinking that one. I just assumed there are lots of rabbits on the island that all have thumbs now.
So yeah, in the distance you'll see spotted islands, kind of the nice rainbows, the sun rises. There's a few that'll be along your way as you go, but you may or may not have the opportunity to stop at them. But it's mostly a lot of heavy open water because you decided to just kind of cut right across and take the risk to your boat, and it's smacking pretty hard against those white caps. This is definitely not a boat designed for long open water excursions.
No, it's always a pleasure craft with us.
Fine.
If a storm shows up, there will be no pleasure on this craft.
Yeah, understood.
Not with that attitude.
Well, there's a giant black mold cloud, like creepy, like slowly drifting towards us and crap like that, and I just want to get the hell out of here.
Yeah, so I think Rocky was on the tiller. We're going to need someone on watch. And we're going to need the rules for journeying.
I could watch, or I can heal check someone.
That's a totally valid option.
I do also have heal.
Okay.
I would like to be healed.
Well, then you take watch.
Okay, I'll take watch.
Okay, so yeah, once during every day, the crewmates who aren't doing the thing, outside of anything that occurs, of course, are welcome to do any type of like maintenance checks. So help out with people who are injured, make something with the craft, kind of play with your pet a bit.
Let's see.
And then that's a thing too. We have an update on you guys, but how are your pets doing on this? Let's say I would probably say a crowded boat.
Well, Mrs. Hedgie has given more birth. And there are now 6 babies, all climbing around on Rocky as he's thoroughly enjoying having all of the hedgehogs, with 7 hedgehogs in total now. And yeah, he's loving it, and they're doing okay. They're exploring the boat a little bit and just trying to see what's going on, but for the most part, they're doing okay as new excited hedgehog lightning metal babies do, you know.
Adorable.
Until he walks into combat and all of them just like cover him like a living spiky suit of armor.
I can imagine too if they get scared and they're in like a large enough group, like the static shock is enough to like electrocute somebody. So you got to keep them separated, kind of a thing.
Yeah, you just see them like when they get startled or something. There's just like this little like zzz, as the
smell of ozone.
Yeah, little bit of electricity just like sparks on them, and if they're too close together, you just see like this like chain lightning run down them.
It's like looking at one of those plasma lamps, except far more aggressive.
Yep. And adorable.
Yep. Also that.
And they seem to, when they move, they're definitely a hive mind. Like they're ant-like when they move. Like they all move in almost a unison sort of a thing. Like they explore alone too, but like you can tell they all can kind of communicate with each other in a very subtle way. Yeah.
Hear little bedings like from Discord every so often. What about the two flyers?
I'm in a passage is doing fine. Like it's a moth, or they're a moth. They're just doing their own thing. They land sometimes.
Bug's just not that big. He's probably sitting up on the top, enjoying the breeze as we go. You know what I mean? Holding on to one of the upper railings on the boat. Tooting into the wind.
Tooting into the wind.
Like you do.
I'm gonna go deal with like Ben's on the wheel, so I'm gonna go into like the helm, I guess, and I'm gonna start like I'm gonna be like, yo, what up? How's Mrs. Hedgie doing? Like, you know what I mean? Like we've been through a lot, and
first of all, it's Rocky, but I'm Mrs. Hedgie's doing great. She's look at her. She's so happy with her new babies, and they're all healthy. And yeah, as Rocky's just petting Mrs. Hedgie.
That one's named Sparky. That one's named.
Yeah. Yeah, he's totally named them all, but he's definitely making the names up every time. Like he hasn't settled on names.
That one's named Broccoli.
So yeah, they change constantly.
That one's named Patio.
That's so good. Let's see. I don't really have any like more first aid supplies, but let's see. Do I have any specimens that I could use? Yo, I'm gonna take this bag of jerky.
Oh boy,
I got 2 of them, and I'm gonna sit there, and I'm gonna be like, he needs this protein way more than I do, and he's been like overworking the hell out of himself, and so I'm gonna like just sit beside him, and I'm gonna like hand him the bag of jerky, and I'm gonna like take the largest piece out of it for myself to kind of like chew on, but like still very little of the actual mass of the bag. And I'd be like, yo, like Miss Hedgie, or like your Hedgie could probably use a little bit of is probably pretty hungry after all of this. I just gesture vaguely to the multiple hedgehogs.
Oh yeah, I don't think we packed enough supplies for Mrs. Hedgie and all the kids. I don't think I thought she was a Mr. Hedgie, as he's like snacking on the jerky and feeding some to Mrs. Hedgie, and all the little babies are like just running and scampering over you and like crawling into the bag and grabbing a bunch and just running around as they're like sparking off of each other and sparking off the walls on the ship.
That's so cute, man. I'm just like I'm overwhelmed with cuteness. It's too adorable. Even my hardened edgelord 13-year-old self can't handle that. I'm gonna like look over at him, kind of like smirk a little bit, and I'd be like, you know, when you punch, I didn't get to say it at the time, but when you punched that ball of moths, that was really cool, dude.
Rocky's just, you kind of like, you know how like little kids will like puff themselves up and like be proud. He's like, oh, thanks. Like I thought it was a good hit. You know, my mom always taught me swing with the, you know, full body. It's all in the hips. You know, it's yeah. I laugh a little bit, and I was like, you know, I think even if you had gone through what I had gone through, I think you probably would have had no problem. You're surprisingly tough. And then just kind of like, I'm gonna stand up, and I'm gonna go get some something to sterilize your burns with, because if we don't deal with some of those, they look like they might get infected.
So I'll be right back.
Thank you. Also, Bug's laser was amazing. It was so cool. Bug's the best.
I just kind of like look over at him a little bit, and I just kind of like smirk a little bit. You know, I don't deal with praise well, but I do love Bug. He is my favorite. So I'm just going to kind of like blush a little bit, I guess, and smirk, and then run off to go get some supplies.
Nice.
So, are you actually doing healing?
Yeah, I'm gonna go get the supplies and perform a heal check on him.
Okay.
Sanitize his burns and feed him some jerky.
As you do.
Using the jerky as an actual medical boost in some way by making him eat it. The only way that jerky is medicine.
He needs his electrolytes.
So, Plant's grave. That's what started it.
Oh God.
Plant woke up and chose violence.
Dude, it was. He was like, "Yo, give me that jerky. I want it." Okay, so I'm gonna use Grace here, and I'm gonna Grace heal and that bag of jerky. Can I have 2d6?
Technically, with healing, you need to use.
Oh, you need to use it anyways, right? Okay, so it's 2d6.
Anyways.
It's 2d6. Yeah, okay, we're good. We're rolling 5 and a 4.
All right, you're good.
Nice.
Free heal, no punishments. +1.
Awesome possum.
While this is happening, how, just like Mrs. Hedgie, as I were, all of your pets have kind of gone through a change after that last stressful evening, haven't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How has that affected them?
Well, even though I probably haven't noticed anything as a character specifically, but Bug has started to give off like more constant radiation, I suppose is the way to describe it. So when he's sitting on top of the roof, he's actually like, and I say that he's, tooting into the wind. He's basically using the fact that he's outside, like he's staying on the outside of the boat so that he doesn't like effectively poison us all to death. But again, we don't necessarily know this right now because he's just outside keeping to himself. But there will probably be some ramifications to that in the future.
Oh my. How's Tabul doing?
Not liking being on a boat.
That was one of my big questions.
Yeah.
Tabul's not a small thing.
Tabul's not small. Tabul's not used to the ground moving constantly. Up and down and up and down and all that fun stuff. And why doesn't stomach stop? Also, very large stomach because elephant. And I feel like, like the connection is like I'm feeling this palpably from him, or Will is. And like it's all like, like Tabul's just kind of like groaning and moaning in the seasickness, but like it's so distinct to me, like it almost sounds like human. The way that Tabul is like, Tommy, but like almost sounds like words to me.
Oh.
Yeah. Like I actually have to like catch myself and go like, elephants can't talk. Yes, we have strong connection, but elephants don't talk.
It's very exciting. Yeah, and like the back of the boat's kind of sunken a bit into the water.
Yeah.
Of course, it's not quite designed for a small elephant.
For a baby elephant. Well, more of an older child elephant at this point, I guess.
Then Passage, just as bright as always.
Mm-hmm. Maybe even brighter. Just radiating heat noticeably. I think the patterns have also changed to resemble like angry faces.
Oh, that's fun.
But like, passage seems amicable as always. Or as
Guess
ever.
we're its friends.
Yeah.
For now.
Yep.
Wait, what?
For now. Oh man.
All right. Yeah. So with
What did we
that,
encounter?
we'll have to get that watch roll now that we've done the healing.
Wait, nobody healed me.
Yeah, I can heal.
Yay.
Let's see. So dice rolls. There we go. See, what are our characters' names?
I'm
The
Willow.
names of all escaped me. Yeah, okay, there we go. Well, Netto and Ben are chatting. Well, Netto and Rocky are chatting. Ben, which is my character.
I am Ben. Yes.
Everybody's Ben. That's
Wait,
gonna have to be my closer now. Ben will go over to Willow and just like, hey, how are you hanging in there?
Well, I mean, we've had a lot of fun. Still kind of sore from that last moth fight, and not gonna lie, this boat is like, I'm usually pretty good on boats, but like, I don't know, I don't know if it's because it's a small boat, or maybe when I say I'm used to boats, I'm just used to ferries. But this is like, I'm just not feeling this. Kind of exhausted.
Would have been nice to get a big boat like a ferry.
Would have been
to go across
great.
this.
Could have gotten some cheeseburgers and soft serve.
I probably still have chips on board.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, do you want me to take a look at that?
Yeah, just everything is sore. Everything is sore.
And I'll spend like the oat bran that I have. Actually, I'll use a sturdy vine. Maybe I like make something useful out of the sturdy vine, or like fashion up a sling or something with it.
Make a back brace for her because she's carrying you guys.
Yeah.
That works. We're gonna make this back brace because I'm about to go AFK for a while, and you're gonna be on your own. Wait, what?
What?
So I have one heal, and I don't think my aspects are gonna help me. My aspects might help me heal, but they don't really help me with other people healing. But that's fine. And then let's see, savagery, passion, discussion. Grace gives me quality, so I'll pitch in for 2 dice.
Go for it.
2d6. Boop. 5 and a 3.
There you go. Nice and easy. Free +1 for her. And I won't give you a punishment.
Hey, all right.
And with that, Willow notices something in the distance.
Yay. Hold on, I'm still attracting the thing. All right. Am I rolling for it or just noticing?
The watch roll.
The watch roll. What's the watch roll again? It's been so long, and also I never did it when we were doing the other one.
It's just a D6.
Because
Simple and easy.
Rook likes to stay in engineering. That's a 4.
A 4, you say?
A 4 indeed.
All right. So, in the distance, you notice what appears to be the collapsed remains of the lighthouse.
Huh.
Little rock-covered escarpment, but the kelp has just completely taken it over, and like an anaconda, just like snapped the tower straight in the middle. But the tower itself is still like suspended in the air, but horizontal.
Wait, how? Oh, just from the kelp holding onto it?
Yeah, because of the constricting vines of the kelp. Yeah.
Huh. Is there any use? It's just a lighthouse. It has no potential use to it.
It depends. Now I get to find out how fast you were going.
Oh, baby, we were going the fastest.
All right, that's a twofer. So, you you see this thing come into sight, and then all of a sudden you're right beside it, and you notice these weird little holes in the kelp, but similar to like the little caves that Tabul had made all over this island. Little channels.
Does Tabul notice anything?
You get the sense from Tabul that this is... Roll it for me. Roll me companion.
A companion, you say?
How well can you understand what Tabul is telling you?
Yeah, wait. Right. Okay, companion, and then do I get, let's see. I want to say instinct for that one.
That sounds perfect.
Anything else?
Not that I can think of.
Okay. That is a 6.
That is good. You get the intense feeling of predator. Those are not like the holes Tabul made.
Okay.
And as you get this, you start seeing this like black shapes slither out of the holes towards the boat.
Like, are they entering the water?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But just the tail ends are all you notice because you come up too fast.
Who's driving this?
I am.
You are? Okay.
Yep.
I just kind of turn to you and it just kind of be like, hey, we need to steer away from the island. Away from the island. I think there's something in the water. We need to away from the island now. Just steer clear of it. Just steer clear and eyes in the water, guys.
Okay. Okay. As I steer away from it, is it trying to, even though I was going quite fast?
Yep. Roll me any type of reflexive check. You can justify it however you want, but make me a pool.
I'm going to leap out of the way.
Okay.
Because the boat is like, I'm just skipping across the water as I'm like leaning all my weight. I'm like, Tabul, get onto the starboard side. We're getting out of the way. Like, as we're leaning and leaping just out through the water, going as fast as we can. And that'll be 2d6.
Okay.
Oh, that's a 1 and a 3, so that's a 3.
Okay, so as Tabul like scrambles over to get to the side of the boat you indicate, a rogue wave catches you on the other side of the boat, and Tabul flips over the side and falls out into the water. As you guys like skid and bounce across, and the boat starts shaking side to side violently, and it managed to come to a stop just a few hundred yards off the escarpment with the kelp-covered rock, and the engine is spluttered out. And you can see that rogue wave was actually an unconscious seal now, or a giant eel-like body that is just like floating in the water now because you would have hit it just head on.
Oh no, Tabul.
How can elephant out of water? Who can elephant out of water? Anybody
Rocky.
Strong and okay.
No, Rocky's just panicking. He's he's like, I didn't. Oh no, I'm sorry. I didn't.
And all you hear in the distance is as it's just panicking, splashing, and you start seeing like the waves getting angrier, closer.
Oh no!
What do you use? What do I have to use up to use hex?
Whatever you feel like. Just draw an aspect out of it.
Okay.
Oh no. Oh no.
I just have to wait really quick.
And you notice the one that you hit is starting to twitch a bit.
Okay. I'm going to use a whisper to use hex.
Okay. So you'll improve the whisper's ability, but there's a chance it could go awry.
Okay, I'm going to use family ties to like, draw on the bond, and I kind of want to access Tabul's crazy spirit powers to like try and like levitate. Can we get a flying elephant, a friendship flying Princess Leia him onto the boat?
Yeah, going Dumbo full friendship speech.
Yeah. Just kind of like reaching, like a panicked, I don't know what else to do. I have literally nothing. It's literally just me reaching for trunk and like power of friendship, hex, power, magic.
Okay.
The power of magic compels you.
So, show me what you got.
Rolling or?
Yeah. So you build me a dice pool with hex.
What do I got?
And I'll give you a bonus one for the whisper.
Okay. And then and well, yeah, I feel like
very appropriate whisper for the location.
Nice. Yeah, I feel like teeth could work for that one, just for funsies. Anything else? Is that 3?
That's all I can think of.
Yes. Okay. Alrighty. What do we got? Yeah. Oh, come on. That's a 1, a 2, and a 3.
Oh no.
Okay, so you are like you're on the side of the gunnel, and you're just reaching, panicked, trying to reach your friend, the last vestiges of family of the before time, beyond these other humans on the boat with you. And it's too far away. She's at least 20 yards away from the boat. This engine hasn't started yet. The waves are getting rougher, and you feel this force. And you see Tabul kind of rise up out of the water a bit, and you feel hopeful. And then you notice that there's a black, writhing mass underneath of her, rising it up out of the water, and she starts trumpeting louder as you start seeing flecks of blood in the water. Take a damage.
Rocky's
spotlight.
Yeah. Spin it to somebody else first. But Rocky's going to be doing something.
So the two healers, after like, look how good we did. It's just crash, boom, bang. My leg.
All my hard work. We sound like a bunch of like corpsmen over here. Ben's gonna jump into action, willing passage to go do something. Like, this thing's underwater, so it's not really their thing. But it does have 3 ranks in flying, so it gets there. I mean, it also has 2 fauna, so maybe we can work together to try to give Tabul like more leverage to like get away from it or this thing, or like put some distance between it.
Tabul also has a lot of fauna. I don't know if I can roll into that as well.
That's more in this situation. That just means Tabul's big.
That's fair. That maybe doesn't help.
Tabul big.
As you're staring at this and like hearing the screaming and shouting, you see like this light flash in the lighthouse in the distance, and then there's just like pulsating wave of light in the water too, and Tabul kind of settles back down, still panicking, but it doesn't seem to be being attacked anymore.
Can I try to get a sense for what this thing is from like bird's eye view kind of a thing? Or
if you're flying, if you're flying on passage, roll me a sense. Well, anyone could roll me a sense if they wanted to see if they could see them.
No, we're children.
You ain't got no sense.
I'm gonna roll my flying plus sense. If if I can get to the Discord. There it is. D6. Got the 6. Wait.
With a twist.
What's a twist?
All right. I've been pretty mean to you guys, so I'll let you guys do the twist. But the
elephants can fly. No.
But you do see as you get closer that there's like 3 or 4 of what appear to be like these long, sinewy black eels. You kind of recognize them from like your school books and stuff. It's kind of more, with the double jaw, and then you look closer and you see a second set of jaws come out, and you're like, oh my god, those are morays. But they've got like a lion's fish frill around it, and every so often you'll catch like this glimmer or glimpse of like a silvery pattern along them when they catch the light. And then the lighthouse goes off again, and there's just another pulsating pattern through the water as they all kind of like settle down again. And Passage is now, and Taboo is now swimming under her own power.
That's a moray.
And what is the twist?
I think the twist is that there's a sandbar that Taboo finds, like on the water, that like the boat was able to avoid, but like Passage is able to actually like get up onto the sandbar and get its or get their bearings a little bit before they come like charging onto the boat.
Okay. So it's just after like a bit of like swimming and panicking, you see Taboo kind of actually like shakily stand up. You don't know if it's on a rock or some kind of like underwater sandbar, but Taboo is slightly out of the water, and you can see like ripples kind of swimming around her, but there's nothing attacking her yet.
Just Taboo's a boy.
I don't know. We've mostly used it. I just started using female terms.
Yeah, I was like,
I consistently used him.
I
can't believe that you misgendered an imaginary elephant.
There I go, cancelled again.
Hey, no,
Time to move to Nunavut.
We do our best.
Why would you move to Nunavut?
Because I've done all the other ones, Ian. I'm running out.
I have to go to the friggin' territories now. Not even Quebec will take me.
They're a province.
I'm picturing a map of BC with like the yarn, just trailing all the places you've been. You're like, I'm running out of places.
It all comes back to Pepe.
Oh no!
So yeah, as the spotlight shifts to a deadpan Netto staring at his teammates, floundering.
I'm fine with this. What do you want me to do?
I want you to die.
I have a tiny bug. Like, me leaping out of the boat is only going to cause more problems at this point. Do we have any rope?
Not anymore. Unless any of you have some.
I use my strong bind to use healing powers. Let's see.
Yeah, you picked wrong on that one.
I have a new brochure.
Whoa! Shots fired.
I mean, he's not wrong. Fruit Patch Kids.
Is Netto holding his action until he sees more?
Like, I can't. There's nothing I can do at this point. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna I noticed that you're all scrambling for Taboo. I'm gonna grab the wheel and I'm gonna put us into a sharp loop.
Smart.
So that we can and I'm gonna cut the engine too. So I'm gonna cut us into a sharp left turn, and I'm gonna cut the engine. So that we can
sounds like a great plan. Except when you came to a stop the first time, your engine had died, and you don't know if it'll start back up yet.
Then that is what I am doing. I am rapidly trying to get that engine up and going. Can I tell what's wrong with it?
Yeah. Nothing. I think you probably just flooded it with some detriment. Yeah, it got stalled out.
Okay, so I'm just gonna sit there and I'm going to. Well, there's nothing we can do then. If it's flooded, just sitting there and jamming on it's not gonna make it go. We got to basically let it sit for a bit. Crap.
Still, steering the boat is a good idea.
Yeah, that's not... You still have tiller control. You're not completely at the mercy of everything yet. Water's not insane by you.
We still need to get the boat closer to get Tabul back into it, so we're going to...
Very purposeful with my words.
Yeah, we're just going to try and guide the boat back towards Tabul.
Yeah.
There are emergency paddles on the boat.
Okay.
I will give that to you guys.
Ben will say, like, hey, if you all start paddling, I could try to get this engine going again. It worked great last time, right?
Yeah, I'll grab a paddle. I have more physical strength than Willow, who's panicking, and I assume mostly panicking.
Yeah,
if nobody else does. If nobody else grabs a paddle,
possibly
he'll grab
I'm just like looking, like desperately going through all the stuff we have to look for anything that can help me.
And what is it you're trying to do?
Me?
Yeah.
Just going. I'm panic searching for something. A rope, a net, a big giant lasso, a drone.
We could probably make one if we can get one of those eels on the boat. Eel rope.
Rocky, like hearing get one of those eels, jumps off the edge, like with Mrs. Hedgie around his fist, and the little hedgehog's like covering his right arm, going up over onto his shoulder and stuff, like spaced out a little bit as like electricity is building in them. And he's like, "I'll get an eel," as he's like diving off the edge of the boat, ready to punch an eel.
I'm foaming so hard. Oh my god!
So this is perfect timing. As you're all like standing heroically on the side of the boat, I got this, guys. I'll handle this, with your like electric pauldron looking all sparking. You think you're looking all epic. All of a sudden, wham! There's this huge like shock along the side of the boat, and you were just thrown ass over tea kettle into the water, and your boat takes 2 damage.
Bloop.
Okay, I start punching.
So I started blasting.
Thank you for getting that reference.
Throw me a punch.
I'm gonna electrify this punch because water plus electricity equals bad time for everybody.
Is in there.
So am I.
This is a calculation he's willing to make.
Double stupid.
The paddling and the steering is turning out, except for that one slam that kind of pushes you a few feet sideways. You're making decent progress towards Tabul.
That will be a 6 and a twist.
Okay, so when you fell in on the sandbar. And when you punched out, there was literally an eel about to bite your head behind you in the deeper water. So as you're like Superman punched above your head, as you're like back, wind knocked out of you, staring at the sky, you just hear and it's just like vibrating as your arms like thrown wildly around, and then just stands still. And your hand's jammed in something.
I start yanking to pull my hand out with like I have that extendable hot dog stick, and I like pull it out of my pocket with my left hand and like whip it out like a police baton and just start flailing that around if anything comes on the other side of me as I'm yanking my hand out of this eel.
Like you do.
Really taking that police training to a whole nother level.
Is that eel close to the surface now?
Oh yeah, that eel is like half submerged with its head like on like a sandbar, just like attached to Rocky's fist, just kind of being flopped around.
So it's half not submerged.
You're correct. You can see now that it's more exposed. The frill wasn't just a frill; it was actually like fins as well that helped it swim faster and get more speed and thrust out of the water. You can probably envision them jumping out of the water and attacking people.
All right,
fun.
Now I'm gonna be a combat character as as Ben gets like a good look at this thing, and he like points at it, and Passage just knows, and it doesn't even have to see him make his like cool clenched fist like thing. He's like pointed at it and like clenched fist, like, get it. But Passage is like already on it. He doesn't have to do that. He just did that to look cool. It doesn't actually look that cool. It's fine. So that happens, and I would like to roll an attack against it if that is okay with you.
It is dead.
Oh. Well, then that happens. Okay.
It gets more dead.
He is now barbecued eel.
Yeah, you know what? Like, he doesn't know it's dead, so it's like that thing.
Yeah, Rocky's panicked flailing looks like the imitation of life, and you now have a barbecued eel.
That's actually kind of awesome.
Beside the boat, as the boat kind of bumps against the sandbar, and Tabul kind of rushes over, blood leaking from his wounds, but he just heavy. He belly flops onto the deck, and there's this rush of water as there's this wave just displaced, and underneath you can hear like thunk, 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 thunk of like at least a few eels getting hit. And as this happens, there's one more large flash from the lighthouse, and the waters go calm as there's just like this lingering pattern on the eels now, as they're just kind of like swimming lazily underneath of you, and you hear this large like shattering and this like chittering scream, and you see like the end of the lighthouse is now on fire.
Noise.
Rocky wants to get in the boat.
I wanna use Ancestral Spirit.
Okay.
I want to know who's in the lighthouse and what that scream was.
Okay, so as you like channel your however you did it in your family, you think of the old ones, the whole jobs, the talents they passed down. You get this like vague outline of a shadow in the distance on the horizon on the island, and you shouldn't be able to make it out, but you perfectly understand what it's doing, and you just see this thumbs up and then it go across its throat.
Like it held out a thumb across its throat?
It held out like a two thumbs up, and then it cut its own throat.
What? What does that mean?
Well, you've only gotten thumbs up from one thing so far.
Is it the rabbits? Did the rabbits just sacrifice themselves for us or something?
Maybe.
Or maybe they want us to die.
They might be coming for our blood, yeah.
Do I get the sense that it was a threat with the thumb?
No, it's extremely benevolent. As the pattern on the eels is starting to slowly fade, and they start to become more twitchy and aggressive.
Okay.
And the boat roars back to life.
Okay.
That's all we need.
I encourage the guys to get going, and also Tabul kind of lets out like an elephant trumpety toot, but it weirdly sounds like thank you. And I'm not the only one who hears that it sounded weirdly like human word.
Perfect. And Ben, because you were gonna repair the engine.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone turns to you and they're like, "Good job, that was amazing." You didn't touch it. You were about to like open the hatch, and as you opened it, it just started back up.
Ben's just gonna take the credit.
That's fair.
Well
I got this.
You guys have full control, and the pattern on the eels is almost gone. You start feeling jostling from underneath the boat.
Get going.
Who's driving?
Rocky's still in the water last I checked.
we get you out of.
Well, you are on a mini sandbar. You got lucky, but you are technically in the water.
Yeah, Rocky's still panicking. He's like, ah!
Especially after he hears the boat start up without him.
Yeah, Rocky's just screaming.
I feel like the bull just kind of reaches out trunk elephant and just pulls them all back in.
Apologies if I scratch him with my hot dog stick, as my arm is still stuck in this eel and I drag this eel onto the boat with us.
The barbecue deal?
Yes, the barbecue deal that we're definitely eating for dinner.
Say dinner.
Oh yeah. Rocky.
Like, Rocky gets on the boat, like, gives Taboola a hug, puts his little retractable hot dog stick back in his pocket, like, takes the eel off his arm, and just sits down and cries. He's done.
I just give him a that'll do pig tap on the head.
Mm-hmm. And as you guys leave the island in the distance, clouds roll in and it starts to pitter patter with rain. As you can see a few other islands in the distance. And you can tell you've been that excursion took longer than it felt.
I don't like that.
It's almost night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that took a lot of time to sort out.
Well, more than just that, it's similar to the
time scores, or for the time scales from the moth.
Yeah.
We're still tripping. We're tripping on moth poison.
And so, what are you guys gonna do for the night?
I'm gonna cook up that eel.
Are you gonna travel? Are you gonna weigh anchor?
What's the wind like?
Bit breezy, but nothing that'll send you too far off course. You guys are in the open water now, so there's not.
Well, like I'm thinking we might just want to like nudge the boat onto the sandbar, and then we could just push off on the next day.
I'm going to give you the heads up. Maybe don't stay here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Those eels will not stay tame for long.
They're going to stay tame about as long as that lighthouse is on fire, and then as soon as the lighthouse is no longer on fire, I'm pretty sure that they are going to be like, it's dark, it's time to eat again.
All right.
Not to metagame this, because there's no way that Nat would have figured that out, but what he does know is that those are scary, and it's time to get the hell out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have to keep going at least for a little while. Is there a good spot for us to set anchor? Did we come across something?
Yeah, you come across an old outwater salmon farming location. So you have semi-solid mooring. The nets are old and untended, and everything seems to be untouched for a couple of months, like no one's been here.
Yep, we're definitely gonna. Who votes that we rest for the night?
Agreed.
What about you two?
Yeah.
Rocky's just fetal position.
Yeah, no, Rocky's just like, again, bawling in the corner, just like hugging his knees, like, almost lost Tabool, also, almost drowned. Like, he's,
And you almost got eaten by an eel.
And I almost got eaten by an eel. And I almost got barbecued. Like, Rocky's had a day.
Speaking of days, Rocky, roll me a sense check.
Oh, boy.
Why Rocky every time?
Let's see here. That's a 2.
Man, you've had a really rough day. You're just really focused on you right now.
You know I am, okay? And that's okay, because I've been through a lot. Sometimes you need to take your time.
That'll sit down with Rocky and like hang out with him for a little bit.
So you'll be fine on water, and you won't need to worry about watch for the night. You'll be relatively safe here.
Like we care, we're kids. We don't even have a concept of watch yet.
Yeah.
Something bad has to happen to us in the nighttime for it to ever start happening.
You're welcome to eat the barbecued eel.
I was going to say, can I cook that?
You can cook it some more, yep.
I would like to cook that, yes. Gonna roll 2 on that.
And then...
yeah, I got a 4 on cooking that eel.
Okay, so you cook it.
Food.
Yeah, it's cooked. Some parts more than others. You didn't take off the previously barbecued parts before you put it in the oven. So it's a little bit extra toasty. Yeah, it's propane oven.
Oh, yeah.
So it'll satiate your hunger, but no one is raving about your cooking for the evening. And
I feel sad.
all of you roll 1d6.
If I wasn't starving, I wouldn't eat this.
That is correct.
That's a 4.
That's a 2.
That's a 2.
That's a 1.
Okay, everyone who failed, I want you to take a damage because there's a bone in it.
Knife bones.
And while that usually wouldn't be that much of a concern, when you all take it out, you realize it's actually a tooth left over, and your throat feels a little funny. And you realize these things were venomous.
No.
You'll be fine, but
No.
you took a damage. So you're going to be having stomach aches for the night, but you'll technically be fed. Your body will gain some nutrients from this, even as it's expelling it.
Oh.
Some of it.
Oh.
Womp.
And with that, we cut to a womp womp as you all go to bed in various stages of scarred. Some mental, some physical, some olfactory. And the last thing we hear is like the sad, pitiful little trumpet of Tabul. As we wake up in the morning and his bites are green.
Oh no.
With little threads of black.
Oh no.
Because no one attempted to heal him last night.
Well, we didn't have an action to.
Okay, I give him
That's what you guys were doing for the night.
my entire not Costco canister of banana chews, vitamins, or what are they? They're painkillers. I give him the whole thing. All of it.
Well,
It eats the
piece to Bool.
They Tabul, after eating them a couple hours later, or I wouldn't say a couple, 20 minutes or so later, Tabul kind of perks up and the black has kind of receded a bit.
Hey.
And the wounds finally seem to be crusting over. And with that, it is morning.
Crust.
You see a couple larger islands in the distance, kind of along your way, but we need someone to choose our route now. And someone to give me a monster. Or a creature. It doesn't even have to be a hybrid, like the Moreberos.
So fluffy cotton candy beings.
Okay, so not from the jaded madam over here.
One. I'm on watch. What's 1?
1 is... Okay, that works. As you guys start rising and you look out, everyone's kind of getting ready. You're like, this is my spot. You're in the little stool. You're looking out. You don't remember the sea looking so grassy when we went to bed. And there's just kelp poking out a couple inches out of the water all around you, looking like a field.
Oh shit! Cut the engines.
Oh.
I'm gonna leap over. I'm yelling to cut the engines, but I realize I'm also probably the closest one to them. So I'm yelling, cut the engines, needlessly as I rush over to go cut the engine. And then I'm gonna obviously the others are probably gonna be like, what if obviously, and I'm gonna point out that they're this stuff will clog our blades and we'll never get it out. So if we keep running the engine into this directly, we're gonna have a bad time, basically. This will tangle our prop and we're gonna get completely toast here. Because this I've seen kelp before, but what the hell is this? This water forest of kelp, you know what I mean? As he says, the water is green. It is plant everywhere. We are in a plant soup.
So I guess we just row through?
We row, sadly. Good morning. I love it. Grab an oar.
Are you still looking for monsters?
Yeah. Whoever can give me one other than Dylan.
Aggressively... take this how you will. Aggressively cuddly otters.
Okay, yeah, no, perfect.
Thank you.
I hate.
Okay, so as you guys are paddling through, I guess you can't really go fast anymore. The first 4 hours, you guys are okay with it. It's not that bad. You have landmarks so you don't end up going in circles. But it doesn't stop. There's still more as you guys keep going. And someone who is paddling. Let's say there are 2 paddles. So still need someone.
Not Rocky. I'm sorry.
And then who's steering, and who's keeping an eye out?
Well, I rolled watch today.
Okay, just making sure. So, what are you saying?
Well, I guess I don't know. I feel like my priority is tending to Tabul and trying to heal him.
If you want to row, then Ben can take a look.
Sure. Yes.
Okay.
I will row then.
I'll pass the oar over and get to looking at the pool and be like, all right.
Well, I guess we're just not going anywhere, considering that we have one person rowing, one person looking where we're going, nobody steering the boat, and one guy checking out an elephant.
I guess Rocky will row, but he's weeping as he's rowing.
Going in circles.
Well, I feel like the rowing is steering, right?
Yeah, that would be the steering.
Okay, so we got two people rowing, me keeping watch, and then you healing the elephant.
Yeah, we basically just lock the rudder forward.
Yeah,
going forward.
All right.
I'm going to approach Rocky and be like, I'm sorry, bud. On any other circumstances, I would give you a personal day, but I don't want to die out here. So,
Yeah.
I'm going to kind of just gesture at him with the oar, just kind of slowly move it away from my body towards him. You know what I mean? Insistently, to the point where eventually he'll take it. And even if not, I will just kind of gently set it on top of his between his knees and he's holding on to himself, so it's just kind of in his face but nestled in there.
Rocky just takes the oar and he's like, I get it, it's okay, I'll row, we gotta get to the other side.
I mean, we could not.
So
I just kind of give him a little bit of a creepy smile.
He just starts rowing harder and faster.
No, you gotta get him to calm down and row with you.
So as you guys are passing through net, you start seeing in the distance from your vantage point some splashing and some flashes of color, and you swear you can see some holes in the field. Or you can see water.
This hole was made for me.
What?
It's very niche.
Never mind.
It's so niche. It's probably extinct in a cave somewhere.
Oh man.
But yeah, so it's a distance away. So you're not approaching anything fast. But it's definitely not Maraberos, so you don't have to worry about Maraberos.
Why?
Because I live in a world where if any of you say it can't be that bad, I'm going to hurt.
Why?
So, do you want me to roll heal while we're making this little trek? All right.
Yep. I'll spot back to you. You can do a heal check.
Make that real.
I thought he said skill Shrek there for a second, and it just instantly gave me a picture in my mind, and I was not displeased by it.
5 with a twist.
Okay, so using your techniques and you've actually got quite a bit of supplies on hand for handling a non-human pet. Turns out you can use lower quality things on them.
Whoa!
You're not using fancy silk gauze on Tabul.
Rude. Tabul deserves it.
Tabul does. Tabul
Okay,
goes,
that's fair.
Whoa!
Okay. No, fair. That's totally fair. So actually, the twist is you find the good stuff stashed in like a hidden spot, and
what else is in that hidden spot?
And a couple cigarettes and a picture that none of you are old enough to look at.
We'll do.
I just kind of snatch it and stuff it somewhere, and then try to eat it so that you guys don't read it. I know
there's like a love Shannon on the back with like an XOXO. The picture's really old.
Hey, now that's a chart. I'm writing it down as a chart.
Are we Attractus cactusing again?
Or Erectus ectus.
Okay. I didn't. Yeah. Okay. You just find a chart. I'll give that to you. That's good thinking.
That is some genuine world building right there.
I'm gonna paint over it a little bit, though. It's going to be not antique, not classic. There's like a vintage postcard.
Happening, hip, fly, on fleek.
Yeah.
Grandpa can get it. In case any of y'all were wondering.
But you also find some really fancy antibiotics, and combining that with the treatment earlier, you notice that the green and black is all but disappeared from Tabul's wounds. So it's healed and no longer poisoned. Or envenomed.
We did it.
Just because he's my... Do I heal any of my points with that? How does that work?
So, yes. So by Tabul being healed, you would be healed, because you and Tabul are one in your aspects.
Got it. How many heal?
Just the one. The twist was you got rid of the envenomation as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
And you got a chart.
Which, like, it doesn't have to actually be a chart. I just
No, that's good. No, I gave it too much description. It's a chart now. That's what I get for being too descriptive.
I made it too enticing.
Story, that's what you get.
As you hear all this going on downstairs, and you're like, whatever, there can't be anything that good down there. You've gotten closer, and you can see there's otters the size of, like, hippos.
Oh, no.
Playing around where you could see, and those spots that were, like, clear of the grass were actually these huge, like, throw rug-sized sun stars that these these giant otters are putting on top of the carpet. And you can kind of see them, like, spinning around in, like, in a circle, and then it sinks down, and there's no kelp underneath of it. It seems they've just eaten it all up. And you can kind of see them repeating this process, and as there's like a circle being expanded outwards of, like, cleared grass. And as you get closer, all of a sudden you hear a sploosh, foof, and in front of Netto, he just has this, like, wet red nose as something whips by his head the size of a hippo.
Hippopotamus, I say. With this equal parts awe and like absolutely haunted because my life just about ended. Like that. It free willed me, basically, is what I'm assuming, right? Yeah. Like it traveled through the air, and I'm like, wow, that's like several tons of animal that could have just wrecked my ass if it had only been a few inches lower. How beautiful.
And as everyone hears this splash, they all look up, and the way these otters jump through the air is not what you would call intimidating or efficient. They jump through with their arms outstretched, like they're ready to take something down into the biggest hug.
Yeah,
but
Rocky paddles fast,
like our boat. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. But it's all belied by the fact that they still have a mouthful of predator's teeth.
Yep. Nope. Just screaming child as he's paddling as fast as his little child arms can paddle.
I'm just looking at this going, I know it wants to kill us. I just badly want something to hug me with this much love. I just kind of stare forlornly at them, being like, I just wish that it was what I wanted it to be.
As you like put out this wish into the ether, you get this like tabbouleh flavored thought in your head that says playful but dangerous.
I just kind of think back, I know.
What is that Pokemon that hugs its trainers to death?
You have to be more specific, Ian. Pokemon is messed up.
Stuffle? Is that it?
The Beware.
Yes.
Yeah. Stuffle and Beware,
Yeah. Just hugs it. It's just like, hello there, friend.
Oh, I love you so much.
Fine.
Cute little mousey.
And with that, you see 3 more splashes as each of you all have red noses all of a sudden, as your face was just filled with a vision of wet fur and bulk.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Ow.
Yeah. Full screaming, full paddling.
The physics also don't work. There was not enough room between you guys for 3 of these monsters to do that, yet somehow they did.
Yep. Nope. All the screaming, all the paddling.
Guess what? It is time. It is time for physics to not work, because if that physics ain't working here and it ain't working on that, it's time for me to also break physics in another way. Bug's been overflowing with toots pretty much all for several days now. He hasn't used the laser since we were in the tunnel. I'm gonna whistle him over to me, and I'm gonna be land on the back railing of the boat where the
Anybody else thinking of that one scene from Community? I have seen enough cartoons to know that pop in the back of a boat
makes it go faster.
Yeah, put a rocket on the back of a boat. Exactly.
Oh.
Now, what everyone sees when you do this, because Bug has been kind of hiding away, is you just see these waves of energy just radiating off of him, like heat, like multicolored heat waves. And as he sits on the back railing, after a couple of minutes, it starts to glow.
I'm taking some steps back, and I'm gonna hide behind the engine block. You know what I mean?
I'm looking for anything lead.
Yeah, it's hot, but not hot. For some reason, I'm burning, no matter despite the fact that I'm in the middle of winter hot.
I'm looking for lead coated. I don't know. Can we Indiana Jones fridge this, or what do we got?
No, you're young. It's not affecting you too much yet, as long as you don't spend too much time. But you do feel the energy radiating off of Bugs. He has been saving for quite a bit.
I just kind of turned to Netto, and I'm like, when did he turn into Chernobug?
I just look at her so sad.
Oh no! I look at the sadness and I'm like, I have never seen him look like that before. Oh no! You know, that moment when it's just somebody who's just always joking, and then they look sad, and you're like, oh no, this is bad. Oh no!
Yeah, you unintentionally just pried right into the what's up with Chernobug, and I'm basically without saying anything, I let her know that I don't know what's happening. it's probably the most worrisome thing that's ever happened to me, and I like, you know.
He can no longer hug his dog.
Yeah. I don't know what's wrong with him.
I just kind of like try my best to give him a "it's gonna be okay" face, but like I'm not confident of that. I just don't know what else to do.
So I'm assuming
I don't even see it. I'm curled up in a ball now behind the engine block.
I'm assuming you're going to do something with Bug before he melts the back end off your boat.
He's going to fire his... he fires a laser! Fires a laser backwards off of the boat.
Okay.
Giant rocket thruster, let's go. And or those otters who are directly behind us are going to be having a very bad day. One or the other.
It's
Maybe
more
both.
like you're traveling through their neighborhood. There's little clear portholes of where the sun stars have eaten away the kelp. But yeah, so you Looney Tunes this, and I want all of you who's currently not in the fetal position to roll me 2d6 and let me know if the number total is odd.
Like adding them up if it's odd?
Yes.
Me as well?
Yeah. No, not you.
Okay.
Netto is okay.
Ben is not odd.
Netto is unaffected.
I am even.
Okay.
I am in the fetal position.
Okay, so is that 1 odd, 2 evens?
No.
That was 2 evens.
Or 3 evens then?
No, two evens and 2 people in the fetal position, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, right, you're in the fetal position. Correct. Okay, yeah.
Always so assume Rocky's in the fetal position unless he's punching.
You feel this kind of warmth wash over you as, like, Net and Rocky inadvertently, but Net kind of on purpose, kind of yanking you down, and the other one trips over Rocky, as there's just, like, this of energy as you guys just get flattened against the back of the boat, and your backs are warm. Your backs are singed as you're just held up against the back of the boat looking at this bug just radiating energy, and all of a sudden there's just like flash of light and you are not there anymore. You guys wake up strewn on the boat kind of is listlessly spinning as you see what seems to be clouds and mountains way across in the horizon, but the shore is technically in sight.
Sick.
And the water's just smoking around you.
Back end of the boat's just like melted, probably.
Yeah, there's a much bigger divot. Yeah, in the back of the boat, there's just like this like lazy like stream of steam that has just left this trail behind you, like you hit 88 miles per hour.
Yeah.
And all you can see is like little splashes in the distance as they're gone. They're memories behind you, and you've basically cut a whole half day off your journey as it's the dawn of the next day. And you see shore in sight with a day's journey, give or take.
I stand up and I like look at the rest of them like okay, so I'm going to assume that I like leaned out to look at Bug, right? Because in the moment of extreme brightness or something like that, and I've probably got like have a very tan forehead or something like that. You know what I mean? Like just below my eyes where I was watching him. And I'm going to be like, that worked out better than expected.
When the expectation was fiery death, yes.
I just kind of look. I give him like a look of like, you're not okay. You don't have to put up like you're putting up a front right now. I know you are, but I don't press it because I don't think it'll.
Because you're smarter than that, yeah. I know.
Yeah, I just kind of make that eye contact of like, you don't have to. Okay, if you want to, but I know you're not like, okay.
Yeah, as soon as she looks at me like that, I'm like, walls. The moment of me being vulnerable there for a moment was sure no bug. That has passed. Now it's just cool Netto all the way down, no problems, no feelings. Let's go.
He didn't have those before, but now he does.
They're literally burned into my skull now.
So your boat is at half health.
Take these off. I'm afraid.
Our boat's at half health?
Yeah.
Well, we just have to make it only so far, right?
It's not like we can take the boat on land once we get there.
Or can we? We cannot.
Spider boat crawls down the beach, catches kids, eats them. Oh, watch out, it's spider boat. Oh God, who made this frickin' boat? Oh my God, like seriously, no.
This is why you don't park your boats in Krezerin, children.
Have you changed your boat? That doesn't make any sense.
And as you guys are kind of like de-stressing and like cooling off, jumping in the water and letting the boat figure out, you see like this little moth fly in from the distance as it was left behind, as you guys just yeeted yourself across the ocean. It's been flying for hours to catch up.
Passage has 3 flight. That's fine.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a great flyer, but he's still been flying for hours. He's not happy.
I hand him a chunk of one of the chocolate bars I have.
Also, Netto gets a high five from Ben, or at least one offered for that awesome. Like, oh, that was really cool.
That was pretty cool.
Rad.
Since we didn't die and nobody got really hurt, that was pretty cool.
Man, I wonder how those otters are looking.
They've sworn a vendetta.
If any of them are alive, you just nuked their entire field.
They're all holding hands.
They're all Damn. That got dark quick.
Well, the Cherno bug just unleashed its entire payload on this.
When they said playful but dangerous, they were not talking about the otters.
Dude, humans, not even once.
Well, he's trying to warn them.
Oh, man.
So, what are you guys doing?
Unintentional genocide, I guess.
You can rest for the morning, and we could call it there. And start tomorrow, or start next session with you guys getting through and landing.
I think that's probably the best bet. Yeah,
I didn't want to run much longer than 9:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's about a good place.
Good stuff.
That was a good session.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so with that, you guys are going to be about one more day's journey from shore. And then we will... Land. Yeah. You'll have one more little journey to finish it up tomorrow. And then... I think that'll be basically it that I can tell you. And for points... Actually, I think that's just it. Yeah. So I think with that, I'm going to go over here, just double check my notes. Yep, and I think with that, this was the Monster Game with Wildsea. Was sponsored by nobody. I was Austin, being the Firefly.
I'm always and forever Bev the Willow.
I'm Dylan, playing Net and Bug.
Ian as Rocky and Mrs. Hedgie.
Yeah.
I'm Jonathan, and as clarified earlier, every single one of us is playing Ben.
Nice. And we are sponsored by nobody. Signing off.